Hi there, Frank here for premium members for the trading day of May the 9th, 2025, a Friday. Let's start with the indexes. Things are evolving slowly. As we expected, we have now the mathematical calculation, the trigger on the daily. We have the triggers on the 4-hour chart. I think after a little bit of back and forth, nothing is straightforward. Nothing is a straight line, of course. But I think this market will hit 5,800 or so very soon, most likely. So stay in position, make a plan based on your risk management rules. Also, RTY, 4-hour chart, if you trade this market, this is also expected to hit the previous pivot, which is around 2,100. It's a famous level, 2,100. We visited that over the years, maybe over the months in the past. I remember that number. So target that if you're on the RTY. Let's move on to currencies, which have given us some crosswinds today, but I look at this as a slingshot. The more stretched it is, the bigger the bounce might be, the bigger the force might be. So look at these four-hour candles here stabilizing. You see, 4 hours, that's a full day almost, no more selling. So that's very subtle for me, but also very informative. So I would think long or stay long or think of new longs depending on where you're starting from. But I think the currencies are not done yet. Also, 6C, the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, they're all going through the same phase. They don't look good right now. I want to say one word about the Canadian dollar. This has been sideways. What often happens is just like the slingshot effect. Before we go one way, we go the other way. So this is just testing the boundaries of the range one way before we move to the other way. I could be totally wrong, of course, but based on many, many years and millions of charts, this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this to come back forcefully and start moving up. So look for an entry point for yourself if you're interested in participating. The 6B, the other thing I want to say is that these are correlated markets, so watching one and getting clues from one, deciphering clues from one can help you trade the other. So look at all of them, quick look, takes a minute, see what the others are doing, and then try to make a plan for the market which you are actually trading. Well, I also want to mention Bitcoin, of course, which is in the news, and I haven't mentioned it a day or two, but actually a couple of times I was looking at Bitcoin when I started to speak to you, so it was not emphasized, but the consolidation area was just like on the Canadian dollar. You see horizontal here, and we did break out. Also, please note that Bitcoin is correlated with the equities, so with the ES and the others. So if Bitcoin is doing this, then you can start to think that the ES and the others will be doing the same thing. It's a powerful clue and a powerful opportunity. Okay, so this is how I see it. Let's move on to metals. Metals next. Gold, same thing, little pullback. I wouldn't think too much of this. If you were long, of course, depending on the rules, we may have had to get out of this. If your stop got hit, it's not comfortable, but that's what I'm saying. Stay on the larger charts so you don't have to worry about size correctly, of course, accordingly, and then you don't have to worry about these little back and forth. Because in the grand scheme of things, this thing, even on the 4-hour chart, is just a little back and forth. It's just to make weak hands' lives miserable. That's what trading does. So think wisely and stay on the right side of the moves. Oh, SI, powerful clue. Look at this failure test on the 4-hour chart. Now, again, I could be wrong. This could break down and go to, I don't know, $10 if you want, but that's not very likely. I think this is from here is going to go bounce back up, and this could become a measured move on the 4-hour chart, which would take us back something like this, the previous pivot, you see? This is how I think, and this is how I'm looking for position, or I am in position, depending. Powerful signal for our chart failure test. Let's look at platinum, because platinum was also working on a measured move. Here we go. So it's worth looking at platinum. We haven't mentioned it, but it behaves just like the others, precious metals, and look at this beautiful structure, which would take us back to the previous pivot. So we have a choice, and we're looking at it. Okay, I'll stop right here. I'm not interested in the other ones. That would keep us busy for a Friday and perhaps for a couple of more days coming up. And I hope everybody's doing well. The markets have been gracious to us, and we just need to read the writing on the wall. So hope you are with us, and we'll be back in the morning. Until then, mindful trading.